So we've looked at how the defence helped make the contract. Now let's have a look at how you lose the contract, how those 5 people ended up in 3NT instead of making the +1 that they should. And in declarer play, it goes wrong always by not planning. I always think that the easier a hand looks to play, look at that, how powerful is that? And when it looks easy to play, then there's a tendency not to do the planning. But it's essential that you do. And let's have a look at what would happen if you did. Well, you count your top winners. And in spades, you've got 2 top winners. The ace and king will make no matter what. You've got 3 in hearts, the ace, king, and the queen. You make all of the diamonds, ace, king, queen. The jack will probably fall, and you'll make the others. So you make 4, but clubs is wide open. You've only got a 6-card suit, so your weakness is the club suit. You want to keep away from that as much as you can. So in play, we can make our contract 4, 7, 9. We can make 9 tricks immediately without doing anything fancy. So when you get a spade lead, I would take with the ace, and I would, this is dummy, I'd leave the king on the table, the king of spades on the table. I'd leave it there as a kind of threat. If I lost the lead, let's suppose that my calculation on the diamonds is wrong and I'm going to lose the lead in diamonds, then I want the threat of them persuading them not to lead into my spades. So, because a spades would be their danger suit, they've led it. So then I would take all my diamonds, bish, bash, bosh, all the way through, in the hope that they will make a mistake in discarding. Then I'll take my winning hearts, and now's the time to take something fancy. I take my king of spades, because that's my last trick. I've made my contract at this point. Contract's made. Now I can try the fancy stuff, and I will lead low, the 2, towards the king. If the ace is in this hand, then I am going to make my king. If the ace is over here, I won't make the king, but I've got these intermediates, 10, 9, 8. So the ace and king have fallen, queen, jack, I'm going to make a trick. So I'd make +1. Let's have a look now at board 3. There's the Puppet Stayman sequence. Now we have 5 hearts as opener. We've opened with a weak 5-card major. Responder has 4. Very good. They've got the minimum of 3 would give them put them into a heart contract. So game going points, they bid 4 hearts. Not enough really to have a look for a slam. So how did you do? Well, pretty much you've all landed. 7 of you have landed in 4 hearts, which is good. Least said probably about the 2 no trumps, but we'll just get rid of that in a minute. And what should you have made? Because 6 of you have made +1, and 1 has made +2. What should it be? Well, inevitably it should be the +1. So how did they make the extra trick? Well, it goes wrong with the lead card again, the lead by defence. You should analyse the bidding. It's essential. They've bid hearts quite strongly. The lead should be a spade. So 1 led the ace of diamonds. Leading an ace without the king is a terrible sin, because look at the hand. This is the analysis. The greens are by leading a spade or leading a trump, and the yellows, where you're going to give away a trick, are the diamonds and the clubs. If I lead the ace of diamonds, I give them, without the king, I give the opposition 2 tricks. I give them the king and queen. They throw the 6 on the ace, and they're going to make the king and queen, whereas you should try and trap either the king or the queen with your ace. Then, to make matters worse, they then led the 8. They led low, they led away from a king. It's just bad practice. So, they are giving the opposition extra tricks. And then 1 led the king of clubs. They got away with it, but it's better not to lead a top of doubleton unless partner has bid that suit. because again it gives away a trick. So let's have a look now at board 5. There's the puppet sequence. No 4-card major. They bid 3NT. Oh dear. You've got quite a variety here. A lot of you are in 3NT, but you're making a vast variety of different tricks. And then we have a few that must have gone wrong. So let's have a look at the thing that went wrong most. 4 hearts doubled -5. And Double Dummy says you will only make 3 no trumps on this. So these that have made +2 and +1 have had some help. Look at this one. 4 hearts doubled -5. What happened? Well, it all went well. 2 no trumps, 3 clubs. Now, West, not knowing that they're playing Puppet Stayman, made a standard Stayman response. They said 3 diamonds. And East is thinking, oh, they've got a 4-card major, and said, well, mine's hearts. They should have said spades to show hearts, but they said hearts. Whereupon West said, oh, well, we must be playing in hearts because I think they've got 5. I'll go 4 hearts. And they got doubled, and they went off badly. And the moral of the story is, you must agree your conventions. You must practice your conventions before you start playing them. What about the 5 clubs? Well, it was a slam try that went wrong. They shouldn't have been trying for a slam in the first place, but there we are. Okay, let's get rid of the errors, and we'll just concentrate on the people who did land in 3NT. And why did people make more, and why did one person make fewer? And the answer is, again, the people who make extra tricks, dependent on the lead. They've indicated that they've got a 4-card major by the 3-club Puppet Stayman bid. Which is it going to be? Well, the chances are it's hearts, because you haven't got any. So the obvious suit to choose to lead from is the spade. And you should try and choose the top of a sequence or a broken sequence, a near sequence, before 4th from an honour. So the Jack of spades is a better lead than the 6. Okay. So let's have a look. Was I right? Well, this is the double dummy analysis. It's a bit iffy. The only bad lead is to lead a club. All the others, apart from leading the 9 of spades, all the other leads will give you 4 tricks, i.e. holding them to the 3NT. Anything else is going to give them an extra trick. So the Jack of spades. And then we look at the planning. It's clearly people did not lead the Jack of spades in order for them to gain extra tricks. And looking at the planning, you count your top winners. You've got 1 winner in spades, the ace. You've got 4 winners, ace, king, queen. Hope the Jack will fall, 10, 6, 3. That gives you 4 winners in hearts. You look at diamonds, you've got nothing. You haven't any outright winners, but in clubs, you've got the ace, king, and queen. You've got 3. That gives you 8 tricks, and you're looking for 9. So your only chance to make this is if the ace is held by north, the ace of diamonds, so that you make the king. So let's have a look, and this is borne out because 3 no trumps played by West will make, whereas by East it will only make 2. So what happened here with the 3 no trumps -2, they switched into that danger suit. They switched into the diamonds, and they paid the price. They tried to set up a king early, and it's only a 6-card suit. They're going to be in trouble. They should take the top winners. The plus scores, they were discards from a long suit, and you should remember what was said earlier. You should try and protect a 4-card suit and keep parity with dummy. So let's have a look at something else that occurred. Somebody, a south, looked at their hand after a very strong opening and a statement saying that they've got a 4-card major, then decided that with this hand they're going to overcall 3 hearts. An overcall of 3 hearts would show at least 7, 2, 4, 6, and would show some decent honours. Jack? Right, it is not good. And it doesn't help at all, because the hand that follows has got the ace and queen, and they're going to confidently bid 3 NT. And all that's happened is the overcall tells declarer where the missing honour and length in hearts is. So it would be pointless to overcall in that suit. Plus, it can't be considered lead directing, because that jack is bound to fall to the queen. And you should never overcall in a suit when you will be embarrassed when it is led. So, not a good overcall at all. Once they've opened a strong hand, then your chances of competing are quite remote. You may as well sit back, do your best in defence, and hope they're going to go wrong. Let's have a look at board 10. Board 10. 21 and 5, game going, Puppet Stayman hand, 2 4-card majors. So, they say, I have got a 4-card major. They in fact have 2. And this hand then says, well, I've got 2. I'm going to ask you to choose. So they should bid 4 diamonds. And opener will now make their choice of what they consider their better suit. And they in fact choose hearts, ace, queen, 10. And there you go. Only one used puppet in that sequence correctly. And the rest of you guessed. And you paid the price for guessing. 4 hearts. 4 hearts minus 1. 4 spades, minus 1, and 3 NT exactly. So, and double dummy says you should make 4 hearts, and 2 of you made it. And the lead, well, again, top of a sequence, you should lead the club. They've said the Puppet Stayman bidding sequence says they've got both of them, so you should shy away from a major and look at your minors. And I think top of a sequence, broken sequence, Jack, 10, 8 is the better lead. Okay, board 12. We're getting near the end now, and the Puppet Stayman sequence should end in 3 NT because the opener doesn't have a 4-card major. And I guess you're getting pretty fatigued by now, because there are the results, so varied that I can't really analyse them, other than to say you should make 3 NT plus 2, and nobody did. Okay. Is it really applicable, all this stuff? Is it just academic? And the answer is no. This is a hand that Will and I played the other evening. Will picked up this hand with 19 points. Should he open 2 no trumps? Because we played Benjiakel, and our 2 no trump sequence is 20 to 21. But what Will did, quite correctly, is he evaluated his hand. He said, I've got supporting honours, the ace-jack, the ace-king, and I've got intermediates. I've got a 9 with the king, I've got a 9 with the ace-jack, I've got a 10 with the king. The hand is much stronger than 19, so he evaluates it at 20, and he says 2 NT. There's my hand. I've got 13 points, and I immediately think, Will has got 20, I've got 13. With 33, we're going to look for a slam. So 33, I know from the point that Will bid 2 NT, we're going to go asking. But what I do first is make my Puppet Stayman response. I've got 4 spades. So I've got saying to my partner, 3 clubs, I've got game points in a 4-card major. Will says, yes, I've got a 4-card major. We don't know what it is. And I bid the opposite suit. Remember? I bid 3 hearts saying I have 4 spades. And Will said, woohoo, well, I've got spades as well. So we're going to play in spades. We've decided. And from this point, I bid 4 NT. Remember, I decided we were going to look for a slam right at the outset. and I'm using Roman key card Blackwood 0314. 0314. What does that mean? I'll tell you in a second. Will looks at his hand. He's got 1, 2, 3, and that's where the 3 comes in. A club bid shows either 0 or 3, so he says 5 clubs. Now, it cannot be 0 because he's opened 2 NT. He's got a strong hand. He must have aces. That response must mean 3. It must mean 3. So now I go straight to 6 spades. I've got 4 aces plus the king and queen of trumps. I can go directly to 6 spades, and it gave us a top board. So practically the academic stuff applied was, firstly, we evaluated the opening hand. Then we used Puppet Stayman, and we used Roman key card Blackwood to show the slam, and we recognized that we had the king and queen, which gave us additional strength. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye now.